This is going to be a quick hit overview of the Oregon Constitution. The Constitution provides the fundamental principles and basic laws for the state of Oregon. Like all written constitutions, it serves three functions. First, create the structure and organization of the state. Second, provide grants of power necessary to operate the government. And third, limit and restrain actions of the government. Now, this Constitution was ratified in 1857, 2 full years before Oregon entered the United States. First up, the preamble: we, the people of the state of Oregon, to the end that justice be established, order maintained, and liberty perpetuated, do establish and ordain this Constitution. Now, like the preamble of the United States Constitution, it sets forth basic purposes of the Constitution. Like the national Constitution, but unlike almost other state constitutions, the preamble in the Oregon Constitution does not mention God. So, the First Amendment is the Bill of Rights. You are going to want to read what the Bill of Rights are. There are 41 sections in the Oregon Bill of Rights. Article 2 talks about suffrage and elections. Article 3 talks about the distribution of power among the branches of government. Article 4 describes the legislative branch. Article 5 describes the executive branch. Article 6 talks about what they call the administrative branch, which deals with the Secretary of State, Treasury, and the Oregon Attorney General. Article 7 has to deal with the judicial branch. Article 8 talks about education and school lands. Article 9 is a really dense look into how the finances of the state are run. Article 10 deals with calling up the National Militia or the National Guard. And then there's Article 10A, which deals with catastrophic disasters as well as giving the governor the power. Articles 11 and 11A through Q deal with taxation and corporations. Article 12 is probably one of the smallest. It creates a state printer. Article 13 was thrown out by the voters. Article 14 establishes Salem in Marion County as the government seat. Article 15 is kind of an everything else section of the Constitution that deals with lottery funds, oath of offices, stuff like that. Article 16 defines the boundaries of the state of Oregon. Article 17 amends and revises the state constitution. And Article 18 is the schedule for ratification. How the state will ratify the Constitution, the quote-unquote question about slavery and free Negroes, which is actually about whether Oregon will be a whites-only state, and other household things that happened 160 years ago. Now, Oregon fun fact, Oregon's Constitution is just over 49,000 words long compared to the United States Constitution at a mere 7,700 words.